So let's face facts. Starting a business of any kind is a challenge, and there are so many pieces to the puzzle of starting a business that you need to get in place prior to actually getting started. But if you are a professional florist or a new florist considering starting a new business, specifically a florist business of some sort or flower business, what we do is, I just have to say it, we're creative types. So what we do is just out of the ordinary. What we do in so many ways is so different from any other kind of business. It can make things a little more challenging, but on the other hand, can make things a little easier. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm designer Frank Blanchard, AIFD, and like I was mentioning, and like the title for this video says, starting a business is a challenge. And in this video, I've got a few specific tips for anyone wanting to start or in the midst of starting a new florist business right now in 2021. Now, one of the things that I think a lot of people starting a new florist business or considering starting a new florist business first really need to think about. One being, what kind of a florist business do you want to create? And this is really important because it's going to affect, one, what kind of a website you're going to create for yourself, and two, how you are going to focus your marketing through social media. Now, when I start talking about what kind of a florist business you are thinking of starting, this is where probably the biggest separation between types of businesses are for professional florists. You can be a floral designer who does more specialty type projects, and that can include wedding and event work. So that's one type of business. Another direction that you can go, and this actually can take quite a bit more effort and can be a little harder to get started, and that is an e-commerce based florist where you are creating floral design arrangements on a daily basis and you are delivering them throughout the geographical area wherever you happen to be located. So that's another direction you can go. Another direction you can go is if you happen to be in a somewhat rural area and you have a considerable amount of property, you might be considering starting some sort of a flower farm. And many flower farms these days are providing some floral design services. So that's a whole nother direction that you can go. But in 2021, we are just in a very different business climate than we have ever been before. And because of that, it can be a lot easier to start a dream job and a dream business for yourself, in some ways a whole lot easier than it's ever been before. Now, when I first started in the business as a floral designer, now getting close to 40 years ago, we hardly even used the internet. Now it has become so second nature to everybody on a daily basis. We do our grocery shopping online, we do our actual work online, we do our education online. We are just so much more internet savvy than we once were, and that in and of itself has changed the environment for creating and starting a new business. So, taking all of my years of experience, if I were starting a new business right now, how would I go about doing it? One, I really have to think about what kind of a business do I want to do? Do I want to focus on specialty projects and event work, weddings, that kind of thing? Or do I want to go the direction of doing everyday deliveries? For me, that would be my first big decision. Which way do I want to go? Once I decide that, you might think, okay, now you're gonna get a website and you're gonna get going, etc., etc. The hard part to consider with websites, and if you follow any of my other videos that I've done here on my channel, you know I talk a lot about SEO and marketing, specifically for florists, how to optimize your website and optimize your marketing efforts on social media. You have to take all of that into consideration, but one thing to keep in mind, when you're starting an e-commerce based website for a florist, if you are starting with a brand new domain name and a brand new website, it can really take anywhere from 6 months to a year to really be able to gain business and start getting a significant amount of business. So, if it were me, if I was starting a brand new florist business right now in 2021, for starters, I wouldn't even start working on a website yet. I wouldn't even go that direction yet. I would want to make sure that there is an actual market for what I do in my area. So how I would approach starting a new florist business now in 2021 is developing my brand. Building my brand, which includes what my business name is going to be. I would make sure that whatever I decide my business name is going to be is a searchable name that, one, is catchy, but two, it has to have at least one word in it that is a ranking, trending keyword. So that's one thing I would definitely make a point of doing when starting to develop my business brand. Once I do that, the other thing that I would focus on more than anything else is marketing. Marketing and building your audience is key to being able to actually have sales. If nobody knows who the heck you are, you're not going to be able to make much in the way of sales. So if you are starting a small business, for many small businesses, it's really necessary to be making money right from the get-go. But if you are starting brand new and nobody knows who you are, that's really hard to do. So that's why I would start really small and focus on building my brand and starting to grow and develop my audience for my business. While doing that, that would be content that I would be creating that when I am ready to actually get a website for my business started, I already have a curated amount of content that I can immediately put onto that website. Once that website goes live, the more content that you can have on your website is going to enable you to grow that much faster. So if you are in the midst of starting a brand new business now in 2021, I would love to hear what sort of challenges and struggles you feel like you're up against. I would really be curious to hear what those might be for you. And if you are really wanting to start a new florist business of some sort now in 2021, Those would probably be my two biggest tips and suggestions for anybody starting brand new right now. Don't worry about the website yet. Focus on building your brand and growing and developing your audience. And by means of doing that, which you would be utilizing your social media profiles for a business Facebook page and a business Instagram feed. Those are the things that you really need to focus on right now. Do not try and do it from a personal profile. That can cause you issues later on. But if you can really concentrate on building your brand and growing and developing your audience, that will help you be successful in the coming years. If you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. If you would like to get notifications when I do upload new content for you, definitely hit the bell icon down below. And if you are considering starting a new business now in 2021, I've got some new videos over here in the end screen that you might want to check out next. They'll really help you get a jump start on how to get started and developing your dream business in 2021. So until I see you in the next video, bye for now, stay safe, and get out there and be creative. Bye-bye.